Guys, welcome back. Another episode of 10-Minute Wind Down. I'm Miguel, SoCal Watch Reviews. I got P.
Yo, what's up, people? It's your boy P. Ross back in the building for another one.
Absolutely, man. So I'm super excited today. Wristwatch check, SARB 033. Best everyday watch in my humble opinion. I know they're discontinued. You can still pick them up, but very versatile piece. What are you wearing?
Bulova Sport. You know what I'm saying? I like to call it one of the greatest Submariner homages ever. You know what I mean? So
lovely piece, lovely piece.
Yeah.
So P, today we're going to be talking about something that's up both our wheelhouses, and we both have, and that's Casio GShocks. What did Casio, what did they release? Why don't you tell everybody?
They released two pieces, the GShock DW5610SU-38. And they released a GShock GA2000 SU. Now, the first one, of course, is in the fashion of the original 5600, DW5600. It has a resin strap, black digital display, 200 meters of water resistance, resin bracelet, and I just gave the reference number. And the second one is, of course, in the fashion, I would say, would you say that kind of looks like the GA100 that we got?
A little bit, but quick correction. They actually released four models. So there's two that look like the W5600. Yeah, and two that look like the GA.
Right.
Yeah, so there's different references now. So yeah, go on with the you're talking about the GA2000 SU, and
let me see. And the other one, the 5610 comes in the green resin and the gray resin, and the other one comes in the black and the gray. It looks like. You know?
Yeah, no, for sure. And prices, I mean, for the DW5600 is 110, and for the GA you're at 130. And these are not limited releases. This is going to be a regular thing that they're going to have, and these are considered to be street utility military series with four new models. So I guess let's talk about the bad. So what are some of the bad for you?
As far as the bag go, I don't like the on the second one anyway of the DW5600. I don't like the gray. I really don't. You know what I mean? That's about all I got. Other than that, it's damn near the perfect watch. You know what I'm saying? Like as far as like the original GShock. You know, but that green, I really like that green. I had tried to put a NATO strap on one, and I squeezed it on there, and it really didn't look right. So I put the original resin strap back on it. But I love that green.
Yeah,
610.
Honestly, I'm trying to find a bad for both of these. The only thing that I got is because of my wrist size. I would say for the GShock GA model, it's a little big because it is 51.2 millimeters by 48 millimeters, and it's 14 millimeters thick. So in my opinion, because I do own, like you said, we both actually own the GA, right? GA100. And that thing is a monster. I mean, I love it, but I don't get to wear it as much just because it's a little too big. So that's kind of my downfall. But as far as the good, I mean, let me tell you my good, and you can tell me about the good. Something that I really loved about GShocks and Casio GShocks is that they're really military watches. They're more for police and firefighters and whatnot. And I know my cousin actually just deployed to boot camp a few months ago to the Army, and he picked up himself a GShock. And it's just like one of those things that I guess military people just kind of, they're not even into watches, but they know they need a watch, and they just pick this guy up.
G-Shock.
Absolutely. And for them to release something of this color with like the camo and some of the olive, and so just it's very military inspired. So for them to call it the street utility military is very, very fitting. So to me, that's super cool. The aesthetic, and number two, the price. Anybody can afford these. $110 and $130. Anybody can afford them. So I guess
my only other downfall would be I wish that like with some of their other models that I know if they did this, it probably would cost a little more to add Bluetooth to both of them. You know what I mean?
I get it, but I mean this is a tough watch. This is a no nonsense watch that you get an LED display, 200-meter water resistance. I mean you get all kinds of cool digi analog. I mean at least for the GA model. For the other one it's all digital, but I think it's pretty cool, man. But overall thoughts, what do you think? Your overall thoughts about these?
My overall thoughts is that they're great. I'm finding it hard to find anything bad about them. You know what I mean? Like, and I never thought that I would say that because, you know, there's something wrong with everything, but these GShocks are looking pretty damn good.
I do have to say that Casio's knocking it out of the park. I mean, they had a massive success with the Casio Oak. I mean, it's sold out and people are just charging premiums for that. And the craziest thing about the Casio GShock, especially if you're a new collector, don't think that these are cheap watches. Well, they're inexpensive watches, but they're not cheap, meaning quality-wise. I know when I wanted to pick up a GShock and I told my wife, oh, this one, you know, I wanted a Mudmaster. It was like $200-300. She was like, wait, for a Casio? You could get them in the store for $20, $30. I was like, nah, this is a GShock. This is different, you know? So I think for sub $150, these are amazing pieces overall. I recommend them. I mean, you can't go wrong with a GShock except for how big it is, for the size. So if you have a smaller wrist, I would say stick with the 5600, the DW 5600. You can't go wrong with that. So is it worth buying? In my opinion, it's definitely worth buying all of them. Go ahead and make a whole collection out of Casio.
Oh yeah. You could get a great Casio collection. You know what I'm saying? And you know, and like I said, again, I tried to put a NATO strap on a DW 5600. It just didn't work. But then I quickly realized that the resin for that particular model was probably best anyway. And the green on this, that is smoking hot, bro.
Yeah, no, absolutely. And something really cool that Casio is doing is something they call the carbon port guard case. So it's even more protective now for the price that you get it for. You get 5 alarms, world timer, chronograph, auto calendar, 200-meter water resistance. You just can't go wrong. So go ahead, pick yourself up a GShock if you don't have one, but knocked it out of the park with this collab. It's not a collaboration, but with this Street Utility Military Series. I think they knocked it out of the park. So Pete, awesome. Where can people find you?
Ross Wristwatch Love, all social media platforms, YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, and also check us out on the SoCal Watch Review podcast Facebook page. We doing big things, period, point blank. All right.
And you can find me SoCal Watch Reviews on Instagram. Here on YouTube, you could go to Relojeando, which is my Spanish channel. I'll put a link below. Thank you so much. These series have been a ton of fun. We've been getting a lot of positive feedback. We're going to keep bringing more to you. So with that said, stay humble, P.
Peace and hair grease.